Yeah, it's October again, and as we all know, it's all about breast cancer awareness. The issue is not a small issue. In fact, it is not a laughable issue. When I think about breast cancer, it's just sad. Even though there has been improvement in the awareness, but I feel like it's not still something to write home about because the cases of breast cancer keep increasing. So I just decided that let me just say something about breast cancer so that you know that even if you know, just add up that we need to all be safe as women. Breast cancer is like the abnormal growth of cells in our breasts. Yes. So this particular disease, you see, currently we have breast cancer and cervical cancer on the top list when we talk about cancers among women. And then actually breast cancer in Ghana happens to be, or I would say, the most common cancer among men right now. So it's not something we should be laughing about. It's something we should really take note about. So as we all have to be aware that this is something that as women you are at risk of. So this brings us to risk factors. You see, it's not your fault that you get breast cancer. It's absolutely not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's not like cervical cancer where maybe it's sexually transmitted. Somebody has the virus and then transmits it to you. This is like it just happens. It's spontaneous. But there are some risk factors we can talk about, like some things that can predispose you, that puts you at a higher risk. First, the fact that you are a woman is, even though men are affected to some extent, but it's like 1%, and then the remaining 99% is always women. So the fact that you are a woman puts you at a high risk. Not just that, your age usually is at the peak of it's at the latter ages. And then this cancer is all about your exposure to estrogen, which is a hormone. So if you have prolonged exposure to this particular hormone, you are at a higher risk of getting breast cancer. So if you're someone that has gotten your menarche early, that's your first menses early, and then your menopause too tends to come late, you are like exposed to estrogen for a very long period, and that puts you as a more like a higher risk compared to someone that will get it within a shorter time. And then also family history. We have people that if somebody in your family, your immediate family, your extended family, somebody in your family has gotten breast cancer before, then you should be on the look, and you should be someone that should be like constantly checking your breast because you're at risk of getting breast cancer. And yes, so alcohol and then smoking, those things put you at higher risk as a woman to breast cancer. So as I said earlier, it's not your fault to get breast cancer. It's absolutely not anybody's fault to get breast cancer, but it becomes your fault if you do not identify it early and get treatment. So this is something that can be managed. Breast cancer is a condition that can be managed. There are some symptoms or signs you will get that should put you like that you should always look out for. So as a lady, you should know your normal breast. That's number one. If you know how your normal breast feels, like when something abnormal happens, it becomes easier to pick it up. So we encourage that you do a monthly checkup of your breast. So when you just stand at the mirror, look at your breast, look at your size. Some people say one of your breasts is bigger than another. Sometimes it's normal, but sometimes if you notice that one of your breasts is growing so small and the other one is like, okay, you should be like, what's happening? Go to the hospital. Probably you've seen that there's this we call it pod orange. I'll put a picture here so that you see. It's like some orange, gives you like an orange nature, and then that's orange, yes, fruit nature. So with that, when you see something like that's happening to your breast, like, go to the hospital, go get checked. Maybe you just your breast start to dimple at some point. You see that like it's dimpling, please go get some. Or maybe pain, you are just there and then you start to realize that like you are feeling some pain in your breast, please go get checked. And also discharge. You're not breastfeeding, nothing is wrong with you, and all of a sudden you realize that there's something coming out of your nipple, please go to the hospital and get checked. So these are a few symptoms I'm going to give you, and these are the common ones you are going to find. So when you know your normal breast, when you do your examination, you know that, oh, this is how my breast is. When something happens abnormal, I'm sure you're going to be able to pick it up, and when you pick it up, please go to the hospital. It could be anything. It could just be an inflammation, it could just be an ulcer, an accident, but whatever it is, you do not know until you get to the hospital and get checked. So please go get checked. We have various ways of treatment, but it's only effective. Only effective. I'm repeating, it's only effective if it's detected early. So please, it's early detection. I'm actually here prioritizing early detection. That's all. As in the month of October like this, there are usually opportunities out there. People do free screenings. You can even do the screening on your own. Just divide your breast into parts. You palpate, you press where you feel pain, where you feel anything abnormal. Just go to get checked. Okay. So there are various ways you can be treated and you can be fine. People have actually survived breast cancer. You don't have to die because of breast cancer. You don't have to. And like, our breast is what makes us, not entirely, but it's part of what makes us feminine. So you wouldn't want to lose your breast. So please, I'm advocating that we as women take care of ourselves generally, and most importantly, our breast. Let's get checked. Let's check it ourselves. Thank you so much for watching. This is Unscripted with Rui. Thank you for watching. Bye.